I remember when I got my first iPad, blew my mind. I was enamored. I loved the portability. I loved being able to view anything easily anywhere. But I soon had a complaint that every tablet user has, and that is there is no file system. Have a look at most people's desktops. What do you see? An enormous amount of crap they just threw there quickly. Quick. I'll come back to this later. They do that because they have a file system. It's not the best way to work, admittedly, but they rely on the underlying architecture of whatever device they're using just to allow them to quickly go, oh, quick, save that. Oh, load that. And if you're going to tell me Dropbox, Schmuckbox, that doesn't help when you're on a damn plane without Wi-Fi. And even if it does, I still can't load all the files I want into here. It's not like I can load from Dropbox anywhere onto here and use anywhere. And what about inter-application communication? Moving one object to another object, using an image in here, authoring a document. So I believe this is a consumption platform. This is a consumption device. And what I've also found is that as small and sleek as this is, if you pay attention to people, especially when I'm traveling and I look on planes, they don't just have this. They've got a case, or worse, they got a big old keyboard stuck on here. Here's an add-on-it system. So once I throw all this together on here and put this together, it's no longer that slim, sleek, tiny little iPad. In fact, this is now about the same size as Ultrabooks. And that's what I want to talk about right now, is the Lenovo Yoga 11S. This is the IdeaPad family of products. And I chose the 11S. And I chose because this is a fantastic machine. This is a real computer. It's running Windows 8.1. And it's got a gorgeous keyboard. It has a full 360-degree flip and fold design. What is that? Okay, so here we are in a laptop mode, and of course we can bend it all the way back, and then all of a sudden we're going to look at this as a table mode. So I can sit this on the table and we're viewing this. Or I could keep going, and this is now a tablet. It actually shuts off the keyboard in the back, so it becomes a tablet. So at this point now, I can just go into here and, oh look, there's my weather. Oh, there's my movie, and there's Kindle that I'm reading. And if you watched one of my earlier videos, you said, you saw me say, I hate full screen mode. Well, guess what? I don't love it for everything, but for some things, like I'm on a plane and I'm reading a book, or I want to quickly look at a nice display of the weather, and I'm a huge fan of maps, and you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the maps inside here are actually pretty darn good. These are the stock ones that come in, oh look, so I picked California, and there's like no clouds at all, so typical. But I think you get the idea. It's clean, it's nice, and here's the best mode. So there's tablet mode, there's laptop mode, and then there's this stand mode. And this is the one I love. So if you're on a plane, let's say you're sitting there and you're reading on a plane like this. And by the way, there's so little room in planes now. I see people constantly doing this. They got like let me just put, their laptop is like half on their body and half over here, and they're trying to work this way. I see that all the time. There's no room on a plane. So this is one of the defining features that blew me away of the Yoga 11S, and all the Yoga series has this. So somebody is moving their seat back, 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 and now I can't read, so I'm doing this. Well, here's what I do. You actually tilt this back like that. The keyboard shuts off, and now I can view this just like a regular reader. And I'm reading this just like a regular book. Set it down in front of me. So it has a 360-degree flip and fold design. It has a 10-point multi-touch display. So 8 gigabytes of RAM for most productivity stuff. Office work is fantastic, and it's zippy fast. You can get this with Core i3, i5, and i7. I got the i7, and it is really lickety-split and fast. They start at around $500, believe it or not. It's pretty amazing. Of course, it's Wi-Fi 802.11n, Bluetooth capability. There's an HD display with IPS technology, stereo speakers, integrated 720p webcam right in here. Great for Skype conversations. The keyboard is fantastic. So the keyboard is very sleek, clean, chiclety. The only complaint I have is that the shift key over here is just a little bit small. That's the only thing, the only one complaint I have on this. Battery life, it's like up to 6 hours with a standard battery, and I use this on West Coast flights, so going from East to West Coast, and I'm sitting there reading in Kindle, and it's perfect. I get the other end and I'm nowhere near using the whole battery. Weight, it's 3.1 pounds, so incredibly light. On the sides, if we look at it over here, there's a USB 3 port. There is a full HDMI port with 1080p out, and a headphone jack. And there's an outside volume control in here, on-off button on the side, another USB, so this is 2, so one USB 3, one USB 2, and the power, and also a 3-in-1, is it 5-in-1? 2-in-1 card reader that you can use. Just drop in your SD cards and you can read all of that information right in the side, right there. So, I've been using this for a while, and this is my go-to device. It is really powerful. I absolutely love it. I would highly advise with any portable device to also get some kind of a service warranty. They have up to a 3-year warranty of in-house, in-home replacement. That means you make a call, somebody comes in and replaces it, or you can have it that you send it away. It has, you know, function keys for doing things like changing the volume and turning the screen brightness up and down. It's, like I said, Windows 8.1, and it is just wicked fast. Thank you for Chicken Foot playing on there. Like I said, 360-degree view, table view. You can drop this around any way you want, strictly, and when you put it together with the iPad together, they're not really that much different in thickness once you stick a big keyboard on there. So it's just a little bit taller, of course, because it's an 11. You can get this as a 13. You can get this as a 15. I was trying to replace a small form factor, so for me, the 11S is what did it. Sleek, smooth, beautiful, light. This is what I take with me on the plane and read. This is what I have beside me when I'm sitting in the living room watching television. It's just fantastic. I never thought that I would love an Ultrabook that small and running Photoshop on it. I'm amazed that I don't need a massive screen real estate on here. I still prefer going to my 17-inch for that. But I really, really love the Yoga 11S. I would highly advise it, and for anyone who is absolutely sick of not having a file system on the mobile tablets that you're using today.